Dr. Dolittle's Circus, written by Hugh Lofting and published in 1924 by Frederick A. Stokes, is set in England sometime between the original story and the later voyages narrated by Stubbins. Plot summary. The story begins with Dr. John Dolittle, who is looking for some money to earn to pay off a voyage to Africa. The doctor's idea is to get the push-me-pull-you into the circus, but he couldn't find one until Matthew Mugg suggests a small business circus owned by the ringmaster Blossom. The doctor visits Blossom and persuades him to visit his house in Puddleby to discuss the payment and rules of the push-me-pull-you before its performance in the circus. The performance goes well after the push-me-pull-you is put into the show and the doctor starts earning, but he also discovers the animals who are in need of their cages cleaned, which Blossom doesn't cooperate with when the doctor suggests some new ways to look after the animals. The doctor then meets Sophie the Alaskan seal, who is owned by Mr. Higgins, and she explains to him while crying that she misses her husband Slushy, who is the alpha seal, so the doctor plans an escape for Sophie. When the night comes for the escape, Dr. Dolittle waits in the street while Matthew and Jip get Sophie out of the circus, but the guards shut the gate before the seal can make a break for it, so Matthew and his wife Theodosia distract them by luring them to Sophie's tank and pushing them in. The whole circus goes into pandemonium when they see the disappearance of Mr. Higgins's seal, but Sophie manages to escape eventually while the doctor becomes worried for waiting too long. When the doctor and Sophie reach the outskirts of the town, Sophie has an idea that if they follow the river they will get to the sea quicker, so they consult the ducks, who tell them to go to Talbot's Bridge, which will lead them to Kippet River all the way to the Bristol coast. The doctor buys some lady clothes to disguise Sophie while traveling in a coach. The people in the coach grow suspicious, so the doctor and Sophie have to leave the coach. The doctor and Sophie meet up with the same horse who the doctor gave spectacles for his eyesight, and obliges to take them in his wagon to the Kippet River while Dr. Dolittle put on a scarecrow's outfit for disguise. When they reach the river, Sophie swims most of the way, and finally the doctor throws Sophie into the sea from a cliff, who is still in her disguise. The doctor gets arrested by the Coast Guard for throwing his wife in the sea. In the prison, the doctor sees an old school friend, Sir William, who is now a fox hunter, and that he is tried by the doctor to stop killing foxes. The police sergeant later comes in to explain to the doctor that the Coast Guard made a mistake and that the doctor is free to go. When the doctor makes his way to Appledyke, he meets a mother vixen called Nightshade, who is on the run with her cubs from fox hunters. The doctor hides Nightshade and her cubs in his jacket and pockets, and when he discovers Sir William is on a hunt, he tells the hunters' dogs to hunt elsewhere so the foxes can escape. After the doctor saves Nightshade and her cubs, he goes back by carriage to Blossom's circus and finds there is a talking horse called Nino who performs a series of signs to communicate. Nino falls ill, so the doctor explains to Blossom that he can talk to animals and has an idea to use Beppo as a substitute talking horse for the act. Later, Beppo tells the doctor of a nice pasture for when he retires, so the doctor persuades the farmer to let him buy the farm. The pasture is turned into the Retirement Cabin Wagon Horse Association, and soon afterwards the son of the farmer and his friends get paid by the doctor to plant radishes to feed their horses with. The doctor then gets his animal friends, including Dub-Dub, Gub-Gub, Jip, Toby and Swizzle, to perform in a play called the Puddleby Pantomime, and is approved by Mr. Bellamy when the performance is done. One day Blossom makes a mysterious disappearance with the money he owes everyone, and when Matthew Mugg comes back after a search for him to say he couldn't find him, the circus people suggest the doctor should be the manager of the circus. The doctor reluctantly agrees and arranges everything to his satisfaction by giving tea and peppermints to his visitors. One night the lion and the leopard asked the doctor if they could stretch the legs by coming out of their cages. After the doctor made them promise not to eat anybody, the lion and leopard wandered around each evening, but one night the lion gets lost, frightens the visitors and, because he was hungry, ate some of the farmer's chickens which the doctor had to pay for. After the doctor agreed with the leopard and the lion that he'd keep watch for them each time they have their night stroll, he decides to let the animals take over the performances in the circus and get rid of the performing people in it so the people can enjoy it more. Characters: Dr. John Dolittle, main character, a doctor who can talk to animals. Matthew Mugg, Dr. Dolittle's friend who suggests Blossom's circus. Gub Gub, Dr. Dolittle's pig. Push Me Pull You, the two-headed antelope who is taken to perform in Blossom's circus. Jip, Dr. Dolittle's faithful dog. Dub Dub, Dr. Dolittle's housemaid who is a duck. Blossom, the ringmaster of the circus. Sophie, the seal who is taken against her will into the circus. Sir William, Dr. Dolittle's childhood friend who hunts foxes. Mr. Higgins, the owner of Sophie. Adaptions: The story of Dr. Dolittle's circus had parts of it in the 1967 film starring Rex Harrison, including The Circus with the Push and Pull You, The Fox Hunt and The Escape of Sophie the Seal. Wellborn, Karen W. Dr. Dolittle's Circus. 1924. Copyright 1998 to 2003. Retrieved 14 February 2015. Online at the Australian Gutenberg Project.